The iPad has been pushed into its 8th generation. That's pretty crazy. Can you believe that there's been 8 generations of this thing? I love the iPad. So what comes in the box, and is it any good? Let's find out. What's up, everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So it should come as no surprise to anybody that I love the iPad. I'm a gigantic fan of iPads in all ways, shapes, and forms. I really like what they've been doing, and I used an iPad 7th generation for a very long time until I did end up getting my iPad Pro. So let's see what we get with the 8th generation iPad. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's gonna be a lot that we're gonna see difference-wise, but I am excited nonetheless. So we do have the 32 gigabyte iPad 8th generation Wi-Fi model. Let's crack it, here we go. Are you ready? All right, let's set this aside. What I am curious about, we'll set you over here for a second. What comes in the box? Because Apple has announced that they're going to start being a little more environmental and not including so many accessories like with their Apple Watch. And I feel like that will start trickling down to all things, but as we can see, we do have a USB-C to Lightning charger, which I mean is nice if this is your first iPad. And I also like that it's USB-C. I'm kind of over like USB-A. Would I have preferred to see USB-C just all over the place on this instead of Lightning at all? Yes. I would have very much liked to have seen that, but you know, you gotta get what you get. So here we go. We do have the charging cable. Do we get any cool stickers? Stickers? No stickers. Oh. Let me tell you, fam, I was nervous there for a second. We weren't gonna get any stickers, but thank goodness, Apple, thank you for coming through. I gotta start putting these stickers on. I'm so excited to get stickers. I gotta make sure we actually start putting them on places. We've got the instructions. All right, thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right, all that boring stuff out of the way. Let's get to the iPad. It does feel, I mean, it is basically the exact same chassis as last year's model, so that should not come as any surprise. All of the big changes are gonna be under the hood, but this is still, I know a lot of people don't like the older Apple design aesthetic with the big bezels, but I love how these look. Like this iPad and all iPads, like the power that's on hand here is just insane. And the thing that I still like on the older generation of Apple design as opposed to the new stuff, I mean, sure, the new stuff has tiny bezels, very high quality displays, very high refresh rates, but it doesn't have Touch ID. Touch ID is so important to me. Like in the world where we have to wear masks all the time now, like Touch ID is king. And this feels fantastic. Like this just feels like a good high quality Apple device. We do still have the smart connector on the bottom, so the smart keyboard should work. Nothing else, one camera. Let's turn it on. Let's see, does it actually come with iPad OS straight out of the box? Because there is a new version of the iPad operating system. There's a new version of Mac operating system. There's a new version of the iPhone operating system. So let's see if we actually get iOS, English, United States. We'll set it up manually. We'll do this. I don't really want to do any of this. All right, fine, we'll set it up. You guys don't get to see my Wi-Fi password. It may take a few moments to activate my iPad. Glad I'm not in any bit of a hurry. You'd think this wouldn't come as a surprise to me, as we unbox technology all the time. Establishing it should not surprise me, but sometimes it always, like, as I sit down, I'm like, wait, all right, I don't want you guys to see my fingerprint, I'm kidding. Touch ID easily is something that needs to come back. And one of the things that I'm most excited about, the iPad Air version 4, it's gonna have Touch ID built into the on-off switch, which I hope they do really well because I'm very excited. So I had to walk back over to my MacBook to allow my Apple ID to be used on this. And here's something exciting. Do you know which password I always have the hardest time remembering? My Apple ID. Because you always you never actually use it. The phone automatically remembers it. So it's like, yeah, remember my Apple ID. And then when you need to type it in again, I always have to reset it. But this time I didn't. Small victories. You saw it here first. Gary actually remembered his Apple ID password. That deserves some celebration right there. Man, this display, even though it is the older display, it just looks good. What other, well, we don't need pay. What other computer or period, what other device can you get for like 320 bucks that looks this good? Widgets, okay, so we do have iPad OS straight up built into this. About Gary's iPad, software version 14. So we do have iPad OS 14 straight up built into this, and it feels, not now. I mean, look, it's pretty, it's pretty darn fast. Like, this is an intuitive device. We got all of the widgets. We've got our news stories. We've got our battery life. That's my favorite widget, having used iPadOS on my other iPad. This battery widget is amazing because it not just shows very clearly the battery life of the iPad, it also very clearly shows all of the battery life of everything attached to it. So like if you have AirPods, one of the problems I always have trying to figure out, like, how much battery life do my AirPods actually have? You can see it right here. It's great. It's great. What other widgets do we have access to? One thing that I don't necessarily like as much about the iPadOS implementation of widgets are you can't put widgets on the home screen. You only get widgets in this little thing on the side here. So what widgets do we have? Calendar, photos, maps, music, podcasts, notes. The Smart Stack, if you don't know what Smart Stack is, it's the widget that will show you all of the widgets. So you don't have to have all sorts of stuff cluttering up this little side tab. You can just have Smart Stack and swipe through them all. The Files widget was a newer widget, and it's a way that Apple's trying to get after one of the biggest complaints of using an iPad, and that's the file system. Yeah, I was kind of really hoping that maybe by the time that iPadOS was officially released, they'd let us actually put widgets here on the home, because you can do that on iOS 14. You can put all of your widgets here, and it just I think it makes more sense to have widgets on the home screen of the iPad because you get so much more real estate here than you do on the phones. Even the biggest phone does not come close to how big this iPad is. But no, I think let's find out. Let's really quickly go to youtube.com, see how the speakers sound. After the Microsoft Duo, I have a problem with trust when it comes to mobile device speakers. Let's go to everyday. Ooh, we gotta listen to ads?
Did you know Geico is now... Microsoft released the very ambitious Duo 1 week ago, and in that time,
those speakers sound pretty good.
My only phone/tablet, which, yes, it was really hard for me to give up my iPad for a whole week. So how well did it hold up? Is this just a bunch of cool hardware and terrible...
Okay, no, the speakers sound good, which is fantastic. Everything seems to work great. It is iPadOS 14, which gives us some really cool additional features over like iPadOS 13. We'll have to, now that that's out, we'll have to get it on our iPad Pro. But yeah, so this has been the unboxing initial impressions. I would say initial impressions, it's an iPad. So while we've got this iPad here, let's go to apple.com. If they sell the old models refurbished, I don't know that you're going to be able to tell the biggest difference. Refurbished. So they've got iPad Air. So they do not sell refurbished 7th generation iPads on the refurbished website. If they do, it's not there today. So initial impressions are, if you were looking for the cheapest way to get into the Apple ecosystem for like a computer standpoint, and I do absolutely consider the iPad, the iPad Pro, I consider all the iPad line a legitimate way to get into Apple as a computer system. This is going to be the cheapest one you can get. Again, I picked this up for $329. This is the base model. I highly recommend these. We'll do more videos and comparisons and stuff as we go along. This is just my initial impressions. Initial impressions are, it's a lot like the iPad 7. It's just faster with the newer operating system, and you can get it for the exact same price, so why wouldn't you? What are some things that you would like to see out of the brand new iPad? Leave me a comment below. I would very much, we're gonna dig into this thing, but I'd like to make the video you all wanna see. So leave me a comment below on what you wanna see, and we will get to that. And if you liked this video and you're like, Gary, you know what? I kind of want to see what else is out there. You can go watch that Microsoft Surface Duo video by clicking right over here. Click, 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 click. Thanks for watching.